the day. We're doing the review for my Epiphone Carina Flying V. Um, Before we get into any shenanigans, just want to mention the specs of this instrument. So we have a Carina two-piece body. You can actually see the etching of where they stitched it together. It's pretty cool. Looks really good. 3-ply pick guard. Epiphone branded pickups. This is they're like Thunderbird pickups, but Epiphone made them, I guess. It's I think like a ST in the neck and an XT in the bridge. I might have the order mixed up. They're pretty good. Very mid-focus pickups. We have a gold high mass bridge that's supported by a 3-point system. We'll talk about that a little bit more. 3 knobs, a volume for the neck, a volume for the bridge, and a master tone. 3-way selector switch, input jack on the front. Carina neck with an ebony fingerboard, if I remember correctly. I thought it was rosewood. We have gold machine head tuners. And we have, I believe, 21 stainless steel frets. I want to say they are stainless steel. They might be nickel or something, but they feel like stainless steel, and they feel pretty good to play. Brass nut, and that's pretty much it. Oh, we got this rubber grip right here. That's also, I guess you want to consider that a spec. Can't really tell you what the tone pots or whatever that is. I don't feel like taking this cover off to look at it. And about it. So let's get into a little mix, shall we? All right, so let's get into the good. This is probably the best part about these videos. So, number one, first good. She's beautiful. I mean, just look at her glistening in the light. See that gold? Gold is such a beautiful color. The one biggest thing that I love about this thing, and I guess it's the spec that I left out, it's the set neck. It's just so easy to get into these higher frets and play them without having this big bolt slab of wood just blocking your hand. Like on my Hondo, my other V. Another good thing is that the neck is pretty thin. It's a nice thin D shape, which is really nice because I have pretty, I guess you could say sizable palms. So for me, it's I can easily wrap around this and play really comfortably. And if I want to get to these higher strings, I can easily adjust. Another really big positive is that this thing maintains tuning really well. This brass nut with these tuners just keeps this thing pretty close to perfectly in tune. Maybe a couple cents off, but nothing crazy. I haven't this, it's tuned to drop C, but I've never came in this string isn't tuned at a B or A sharp or something. It's pretty solid in that. Also, probably one of my favorite control layouts, the three knobs and a selector. One is volume for the bridge. One is this is the volume for the bridge. This is the volume for the neck, and this is the master tone. It's pretty perfect. Um, it's very easy to use. Like I usually keep like the neck pretty low, and I switch to that if like I want to clean up my amp, and I don't want to have like this a lot of distortion. And if I want to get crazy, I could just go to the bridge and then boom. And the middle position is pretty good too. Um, Another positive are these pickups. I still say, for the original selling price of this, which is like from what I've seen, like $400, these pickups are really good. They're like very mid focused. They sound really good. They allow you to cut through a mix if you crank the tone knob. But under some circumstances, and especially how I play, they can get a little crazy. So take from that what you will. Another big positive about this is that I think that might be it. I mean, no, there's one more. The neck is very like snappy, and also it's pretty loud. It's pretty loud acoustically. Also, the neck is just really snappy. Like those notes just feel like they pop out like they just feel like they really like kind of just pop out, and that's also something that I really like. It's very inspiring to play. That it really makes you just want to play it. It's kind of like an acoustic in that regard. Like you can get away with it. So it's another beauty. But it pretty much wraps up all the positives. So unfortunately, we got to get into the bad and then the ugly, because there's definitely some bad and there's some ugly about this thing, and that is going to be the big point. But it's not too many bad things. So let's get to that. So one of the big bad things in this category would be the polyurethane finish that's on here. It really can make this neck feel really sticky, and for me personally, that makes me feel like I have to like fight the instrument to get to where I want to go instead of just being able to go there naturally, and that's like something that I don't really enjoy. Another bad is that I don't like this jack placement. It looks very awkward, and I find myself like spinning it, and even if I try and loop it through my strap, it just looks weird and all tangled. It doesn't look good. I prefer the input jacks on V's where they're in the wing. I know some people try and tell you that, hey, there's no good input jack placement on a V. I think that this is the best one. Maybe the ones where they're like in the back of the wing, those I feel like could be like the best alternative. But this is just, it's no bueno. Another negative that I would have to like mention is the 21 frets. I think I prefer, not that I think, I know I prefer 24. 21, it's like missing those extra 12 notes, those extra 12 octaves. It can get pretty frustrating. And that is like, it can feel limiting, because it's like if I'm writing something and I would want to go a little bit higher, and then it's like, oh, now I gotta go take this to a different instrument, and then that can like kill creativity, because now I'm unplugging to plug something else in and probably have to tune it up, and that's not a fun situation to be in creatively, like when I want to write like a riff, or I want to like finish a song or whatever. So that's like one thing that I don't really like too much. And that's about it. Like, as I said, there's not too many bads about this. But those are there, and those are definitely noticeable for me personally. Maybe your mileage would be different. But let's get into the ugly. And the ugly is kind of the one big noticeable thing. All right, so now we're getting into the ugly, and the ugly really is just one thing, and that is this bridge. This bridge is terrible. When I bought it off of a guy from Facebook, and I brought it home, oiled the fretboard, cleaned it up, restrung it, did everything. Sorry about that. And getting this bridge to come off, well, to stay on, was very, very, very hard because when I was restringing, it's like the bridge just constantly keeps falling. And even then, like, it's kind of a pain getting the string height to where you want it because these two saddles right here, they control the string height. And then this one, I guess, just grounds it. It's a weird system to explain. And the thing is that when you're trying to like lower this, if you lower too much, the bridge will pop out. And even when you're restringing, if there's no tension on the bridge pops out. And it just led to like this weird thing of having to hold the bridge while also trying to like tune it, while also trying to hold the string so it feeds properly into the tuner. Just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to restringing this anytime soon. And that's like, and thankfully, I'm not going to have to do that for a couple of months. Change strings every 3 months. Change your strings. Seriously, change your strings. And that's just kind of it. Bridge is terrible. I wish it was a fixed bridge, but is what it is. So yeah, that's it. This is like a 8 out of 10. As for if anybody wants to find one, they're kind of hard to find. It's like you have to check like Reverb or eBay or something, and even then, finding one for a decent price is hard. They're going up and up by like the year. Because even last year they were going for like I want to say like 600. Now they're like kissing up to 8. It's ridiculous. But that's just the used gear market. So hopefully Epiphone can like reissue these or something, and people can get their hands on them. But because I know there are people who are fans of these. But thanks for checking out the review. Remember, stay safe, practice, enjoy the art of playing.